Awfully quiet in here. Awfully loud out there. Quiet in here.
Well, that's because we're waiting. Words of wisdom.
Words of wisdom. You don't.
Slow is fast?
That's actually, those are words of wisdom. Smooth is fast.
This year is I was catching
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have up here the winner of the 35th annual Toyota GPLB race, William Victor, on the far right. And runner-up and winner of the celebrity category, Ken Gucci. Gregory News finished fourth. Congratulations. And we have Tito Ortiz right here on your right. William, that was a piece of cake, looked like. Walk in the park, right?
No, I don't know about that. I made a commitment right from the beginning that if I got into the turn one, that I just would not look in the rearview mirror, not because I didn't want to focus on anything but driving the car. And that's what the instructors keep telling you. Keep looking ahead, focus on it. I'm not a race car driver. I am not quitting my day job. So today was a day to just focus, and I think this all, I've been fortunate to do the race before, so it does help to know the course. And today was really about just, our instructors are amazing, and they're there all the way, and I think every single one of them said today, Bill, why don't you just do what you've been doing, which is just focusing on the car. And that's all I thought about, and I know when I made that last turn 11 and looked up and that checkered flag was there was a camera in my car in the back seat that was shooting out. They're going to have to beat that footage big time. I was really, really thrilled. Very, very proud to be a part of all of these racers, and you get close doing race car school and going through all the steps that bring you to this day. So, what a day.
Yeah, good job. Kenny, you were closing pretty fast. Could you have caught him on the lap, you think, or no?
You know what? I swear, if I had another lap, you were mine. One more lap. But you know what?
What does that mean? Are we going out on a date? What?
I saw you after they raised that one more lap sign. You were in my sight.
Well, then you know what? Good for me, because he is so good. And I wasn't looking back, because I didn't want to see like a purple car, and I knew it was going to be either Frankie or this gentleman right here to my left. So I'm glad I didn't see you. No, but that's when I would have went from 5th to 1st, and that pretty much would have been the end of that car in my day.
It was a pretty smooth race, though, wasn't it?
Yes, yeah. I mean, it was. I mean, I believe this is the first time in a long time. 10 laps of green flag racing, and that's amazing. Considering what happened in the practice and everything, it was kind of like old school bumper cars, is what we were told.
And you got to remember, we got competitive guys like Tito Ortiz and Frankie, so it's not an easy race.
No, it's not an easy race. Wow, good for everybody.
Frankie, this is what, your fourth time?
This is my fourth time doing this race.
Much fun as the other ones?
Honestly, this is one of the greatest events I've ever been a part of. That's why, as soon as they asked me to come back, I wouldn't miss the opportunity in all the world. I mean, Toyota puts on such an amazing event, and it's all for a good cause. That's what the coolest thing. We get to race cars on the Long Beach, track, and raise money for racing for kids in the local children's hospital. So that's so cool that we get the opportunity to do that. I want to thank them for that, and I enjoy it. I mean, when you're racing, when you get in the race, and especially being in the pro field and coming through the celebrity field, it's definitely a lot of action, a lot of fun for sure, a lot of passing and bumping around. Had a good time for sure.
Good deal. How about you? Did you have fun?
I had probably the most amazing time I ever had. I thought you just get in the car and start the key and put the gas down and go as fast as possible, which I was completely wrong. I was very thankful for the guys at Fastlane showing me how to race, at least how to learn to race. I have a lot of learning to do. And I know why these guys keep coming back and keep doing it. It's amazing. Toyota brought me out and asked me to do it. And of course it was for charity, racing for kids. Just to see the smiles on the kids' faces that we went from Miller's Hospital, it was just amazing. That's what it's really about. A celebrity really don't matter. I'm an average person who works really hard in my job, and just to see the smile on the kids' faces, it really touches. I look in the mirror and I know I did something great. And I met some great guys. These guys and the women who race with us, I met some really cool people.
Great. Okay, we'll take a few questions. One at a time, please. Raise your hand. Andy down there.
Hey Ken, you said you were looking for one more lap. Was that really an OMT you were looking for? And how did you feel about not drifting through those last corners?
It was tough, I gotta admit. I was so tempted to pitch the car sideways. But this was a race and we had a tough competition. All these drivers are amazing drivers. And I gotta admit, this group was probably the best group I've ever worked with. I mean, these guys are amazing, so it was an honor to be racing with them.
Another question. Okay.
That's for William. You said your son was here. How old is he and what's his name?
I have two boys, Sam, who's 19, and Van, who is 8.
Okay, and you said you competed before. What year?
3 years ago.
Okay.
3 years ago. It's
And I have
fantastic.
a quick question for Frankie. You're pro. You have been celeb. How competent were the celebs in this race? Have they been the best we've had in a long time?
Yeah, I think so. You know, it's funny. I remember being the celeb, and there was always a few people that maybe shouldn't have actually been allowed to be in the race. But this year, like,
Really? Come on.
I remember. I guess I won't say who, but someone not shifting out of second gear the entire race, which isn't really fast. But I remember being up at Willow Springs for the first training that we have, and thinking that everybody was really coming up to speed really quickly, you know. And I mean, even in qualifying, lap times weren't too far off from first to last, you know what I mean, as far as most celebrity races go. But I think everyone did a great job, and like you said, the first time we got through 10 consecutive laps without a full course caution, which I was actually hoping for a caution so I could get back behind him, but it was definitely a lot of fun.
Question back there.
Yes, this question is for Mr. Bickner, the celebrity winner. Do you feel that you were a little more cautious today, knowing what happened yesterday with Stephen Moyer's car?
No. Yeah, no. One thing's for sure, Stephen didn't plan on having that happen, and he ran his fastest lap the lap before. Frankie said it this morning when we were sitting around getting ready, that you don't think about this, you know, you're going to crash or something like that, so your focus really is either, I don't know, the first time I did the race, I wrecked the car in practice, final practice, stuck it in the tires, and Toyota was very wonderful and said, "Are you okay in that?" and reminded me that there are not an unlimited amount of cars. So when we got to the race, I was the guy that didn't come out of second. No, I'm actually not sure. The first time I did the race, I came in 21st out of 18, and then and I came back, and 3 years ago I came in 4th. So, you know, like I said, I go back to the driving instructors, and you know, just a little. I focused on the things you should, you know, all along. Not being a race car driver, you know, it took me a few times to just really hear that and do that.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
More questions? Okay, down in front of you.
This one's for Tito. I saw in NA what happened when you were running or not running before that you ended up at the bottom of the grid.
What do you mean in qualifying?
They said that yesterday.
Yeah, in qualifying, I guess you said I wasn't paying attention. Just when you race it,
The tires moved,
Yeah,
and they jumped
you know,
off the track.
Your adrenaline rushes so hard the first practice. It's like, I mean, even after just the race today, I mean, I was over and I just felt so drained. And to pick it up again, have that same adrenaline going again. When I did the qualifying, I guess I kind of wasn't really paying attention. And instead of braking at 400, I braked at 200, which I overshot way too far. I go to turn and I felt my car slide completely. I go, oh, here comes the wall, brake. Bam, didn't hurt that bad. So, but I had to go from 8th place today. But it was fun. Great experience.
Well, you're used to getting a few hits, right?
Yeah, but I'm used to getting hit in the face, not getting hit with a car. I mean, I thank God for Toyota making some of the awesomest cars. I mean, I had 5-point harness, helmet, neck, I mean, roll bar. I mean, I was the cage. I was safe. I was very safe.
We have a question over here.
Kushi-san, how much trouble was Michael Trico getting around in those last few laps there before you finally got him? He was on lap 8.
Actually, the hardest time I had, or the toughest time, was getting through the first celebrity I encountered. But once I passed the first one, everyone else was very respectful. There was no trouble. Actually, they moved away from me, and I didn't expect it. But
Who was the first one? No names.
I can't remember. I don't know if it was Daniel.
Oh yeah, because Daniel had spun. Yeah, he was.
Right, it was Daniel. Yeah.
I was just thinking the same. If I'm on, keep behind my line.
But no, I'm just disappointed that I couldn't pass this guy right here.
Okay,
Hey, things happen.
question back there.
A question for Tito. How does driving these cars physically compare to what you normally do?
It compares a whole bunch. You know, you gotta have confidence. You know, you gotta stay calm, relax. It's just not getting punched in the face. I think that's the only difference. But physically, I mean, I'm pretty drained right now. Just from, each lap I kept telling myself, follow the lines, keep straight, you're doing great, you're doing great. And it's like a motivation to myself to keep going. And then all of a sudden, Jerry Westland kind of bumps me to the side and you miss gears. Little small things, I think, repetition. As in training for a fight, I gotta do repetition over and over again, so I react to everything. And I think driving is exactly the same. You gotta react to everything. If you think about it, it's too late. And I realized that a few times when I went to go shift, I didn't even realize until someone passed me. Damn. And little mistakes. But like I said, overall, it was something hopefully they bring back next year to continue to do again, because these guys get other chances. I want chances to get a chance to win. I made some mistakes, but I hope I'll capitalize on mistakes and correct them next time.
More questions? Raise your hands, please. Okay, I guess not. If not,
Beautiful.
Gentlemen, congratulations.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you guys for coming to Always Denver.